And Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Championship Saturday rolls on News Channel Nebraska Boys Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Finals. And what more could you want when you have the number one team in the state hosting number two when Lincoln Southwest takes on Lincoln North Star. Brandon Axelman, Andy Klassen. This matchup brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need them. This day, Andy, has already been off to a great start. If you're just tuning in, Lincoln North Star and Southwest also played in the girls' HAC final. That came down to a buzzer-beating layup by Ani Leu for North Star to give them the 1-point victory over Lincoln Southwest. That was 1 versus 7. We have 1 versus 2. I don't know how you're going to top that, but we're going to find out.
We've seen a couple buzzer beaters before, especially with Lincoln North Star. What's with the Gators and us bringing the drama or giving our TV audience what they wanted? But yeah, the girls obviously set a very high bar, and I'm expecting a very competitive game here this afternoon.
Lincoln Southwest, number one at 15-1. Their lone loss against Omaha West Side, a very good team as well in their own right. You look at Lincoln North Star, they have 2 losses. First game of the season to Southeast by 1. Their other loss to Lincoln Southwest by about 13. That was a game that Coach Boss said, admittedly, we played extremely well. We were shooting at a high clip, and he doesn't necessarily think that it will be a double-digit victory in this one if that is the case. These two teams are very evenly matched.
Well, I believe he's right. It's probably not going to be a double-digit win, even if they are playing well. But they do have an offense. It moves so fast up and down the court. They play with such frantic pace. Once things start to work for them, look out. They can really build on a lead and just get a lead that's a little too much to overcome. That's what happened the last 2 times these teams squared off.
Something else exciting if you're a high school hoops basketball fan, perhaps from Lincoln. The storyline is it's been all Omaha in Class A for the boys for about the past 15 years. I believe it was 2010, the last time a Lincoln team won and cut down the nets in Lincoln. These are 2 teams. This is a year where there's not that extremely dominant Millard North or Bellevue West. And in fact, when you have 2 Lincoln teams at 1 and 2 in the ranking, Southeast is not far behind either. There's excitement in this community around Lincoln basketball. These are 2 teams that are expected to make a deep run.
Some new faces at the tippy top, right, of the rankings, and we have a couple programs starting to emerge in Lincoln as well, in Southwest and North Shore. They've been close at times over the season, flash here, but now it feels like they got a couple coaching staffs, a couple programs that are really building themselves up, looking to make that postseason run.
1 versus 2 here in the capital city. Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. Stay with us for our pregame show. We'll be back. We'll talk key players as we get closer to tip between the Silverhawks and the Navigators.
Save over $11,100 below MSRP on a new Silverado 1500 Custom Crew Cab at Central Nebraska's premier GM dealer, Midway Chevrolet Buick GMC in Kearney, or thinkmidway.com/GM. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, a wedding band, so we'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
The air inside your home can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outside air. John Henry's priority is keeping your home safe and healthy for you and your family. Cleaning your home's air duct system is an important part of that goal. Our service professionals will clean your air ducts using top-of-the-line equipment that pulls air in reverse through the duct system, while using compressed air and agitation tools to remove unwanted particles. Once the air is discharged, it runs through 3 stages of filtration, leaving your air duct system restored and functioning cleaner than ever. Contact John Henry's today and schedule your steps to a healthier home.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Welcome back to Lincoln High. It's time to talk key players. Brandon Axelman, Andy Klassen. First off for Lincoln Southwest, the number 1 team in the state, and the reason the Silverhawks have had a lot of success, there's a lot. But there's the Sanders twins, and we're gonna talk about both throughout the game. But Uzziah, he's barely edging his brother because Makai's averaging 20 a game. Uzziah's averaging 22. He's leading all of Class A in points. He does a lot. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals per game. Shooting, Andy, at a 59% clip from the field. That's a pretty good player.
It really is. You talk about the number 1 team having the number 1 score, kind of adds up, right? An elite score averaging 23 points per game, but it's the way he does it. The efficiency is off the charts. You mentioned shooting 59 to 60% from the field.
Flip side for the North Star Navigators, Jordan Castor. He's now a junior. Last year he was actually putting up closer to 20 points a game. He's now at 16, but that is because he's chose to be more well-rounded, averaging more assists, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. This young man can do it all for North Star.
Well, the season didn't end the way the Gators wanted it to, and he took it upon himself, Castor did, to have a more productive summer. He had a fantastic AAU circuit. His assists are up. His turnovers are down. He delegates the ball so much. He's still an elite scorer. Don't lose that, but he's a much more well-rounded basketball player, and that's leading to a lot of success for the Lincoln North Star Gators.
7.5 minutes till we get this thing rolling. Number 1, Lincoln Southwest. Number 2, Lincoln North Star. HAC Tournament Championship on the line, only on News Channel Nebraska. More pregame coming up next.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a family, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. Visit one of their locations or check them out online at bankofthevalley.com. And by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Welcome back. About 4 minutes until we get this one going. Brandon Axe with Andy Klassen. A great time now to look at our school spotlight, highlighting these two programs. They were the second wave of high schools in the capital city. Lincoln Southwest established in 2002. Enrollment 1,533. And you look at what this program has done. just 2 trips to state, Andy, which is weird for Southwest. 09, back when they were early on, and then most recently last year in 2025. They finished runners-up in 2009. So just 2 trips to state. I'm certainly going to go out on a limb and say they'll probably have their 3rd this season, and they're hoping that it could end in something special. Another unique thing, this is the first time under Coach Ba's 10 years with the program that he's even made it to a HAC championship.
Yeah, so it feels like Coach Ba has really been building something here, building it the right way, and they're knocking on the door. They're right at the cusp of having one of those special seasons, and here they are playing some championship level basketball.
Lincoln North Star came into existence 1 year after Southwest in 2003. As a program, they've been to state 5 times, most recently last year as well, where they were unfortunately kicked out by Southeast in the first round, a 1-point loss, but they remember that. They bring back most of their parts, and they're hoping and probably will make a 6th overall tournament trip to state this year. And they have a chance to do some damage as well. This is a very talented team for the Navigators.
And it's such a fun team to watch. It's very backcourt driven as far as their offensive flow. And, I call it half-court plus. Head coach Brian Castor says, we like to play out of the half-court. Well, they can do that because they have elite point guards in that backcourt, but they can churn it up. They love to score in transition too, so that's why I call it half-court plus.
Well, let's take a look at the bracket. How did we get here? 1 versus 2. Just like their rankings in all of Class A, they were 1 versus 2 in the bracket. Southwest getting victories over Northeast 82-51 and Southeast 70-64 to get here. North Star taking down Columbus 79-53 and Lincoln High 72-47. So fairly comfortable victories on both sides for both teams in their first 2 games.
That was an impressive win, though, for Southwest over Lincoln Southeast. They were only up 33-32, only up by 1 at halftime. Went on that run in the 3rd quarter there, coming out of that halftime break, and was able to get by the Knights 70-64. So, a 2-possession game, but Southeast was keeping that pressure on throughout.
Well, speaking of rankings, and we talked about how good Lincoln is currently. You have Southwest and North Star at 1 versus 2. Southeast, who you just talked about, sitting at 8th as well. So 3 capital city teams represented in the top 10 of our rankings. These rankings come out every Monday. We talk to all of our announcers and reporters across the state, and we compile these rankings and tweet them out. Prep and West Side not far behind at 3, 4, Miller North, Bellevue West. That 3 through 6, nearly impossible to discern who should be 3, who should be 4, who should be 5 or 6. They're all right there in that second tier. And then Central, Southeast, Vista South, and West Side.
It's kind of a fun top 10, too. You see a lot of familiar faces, right? Creighton Prep. Oh, there's Omaha Central, Bellevue West. But there's some new ones, too. And right at the top, Southwest, North Star, and Omaha Westview. Okay, the Wolverines cracking into the rankings.
And it'll be interesting to see how these last 2 to 3 weeks play out as we are 2/3 of the way now through the season. Championship Saturday. Packed house here at Lincoln High for the HAC tournament final between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state of Nebraska.
Boy, this is going to be a lot of fun. And much like the girls' game, which was Southwest and North Star, came down to the last shot as time expired. I think Southwest is really going to want to push the tempo here. They're going to force tempo onto North Star. It'll be fun to see how North Star is going to respond. Are they going to want to slow things down, or are they going to welcome the track meet?
Starting lineups brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Starting 5, Goy Gatwich, he averages 12. Easton Schweitzer, transfer from Northeast, he's averaging 14. You have Jaquise Fowler, Will Schaefer, and Jordan Castor, who we talked about, who's leading the way with 16 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds.
There he is with the big hair and the smile, and why not? You're in the championship game representing the Navigators once again.
North Star, as mentioned, 16-2, only losses. 1 point to Southeast to start the season. Fell to Southwest by 12 back on the 2nd of January. Here are the Silverhawks, the Sanders twins, Uzziah and Micaiah Sanders, averaging 42 points between the two of them per game. Then you have Hudson Metzger, Kobe Kerr, and Dakari Wilson rounding out the top five. Wilson is averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds as well.
And Kerr, the 6'4 senior, he's a transfer from North Star. And, I don't know if there's any more basketball name out there than Kobe Kerr.
I was trying to think right now what there could be, but
No,
I'm drawing a blank.
That does it all there. You got the all-star and the late, great Kobe Bryant. You got Steve Kerr and all his greatness, not only winning championships with the Bulls, but his coaching with Golden State. So I think Kobe Kerr, you got it, man. You are the name.
Glad that you're with us here on NCN. Electric atmosphere to get this one started. Number 1 versus number 2. HAC tournament title on the line. Mentioned the fact that this is the first time Southwest has even been to this game in the past 10 years under Coach Baugh. North Star was here last year. We actually covered the game at North Star, and it was a thriller against Northeast. The Rockets did come out on top of that one with a last-second basket. So the Navigators hoping something changes today, and right off the bat, Micaiah Sanders hits a triple.
Oh, the 5'10", quick-trigger senior gets the scoring going.
On the other end, we're doing this, are we? Right off the bat, Castor says, I got you too.
Nice little, almost a step back there. That crossover dribble, you got to respect it. The defender gave him some space, and he took full advantage.
And a tie-up jump ball, possession arrow, North Star.
I like that whistle right there from the official. That's Kirby Wells, Brady Lohman, and Bo Hess round out our 3-man crew here. I like the no foul. Go with the jump ball. We don't need to be stacking up, those tiki-tack fouls early on here.
Castor going inside to Schaefer, up for the easy 2.
When Schaefer gets the ball in that spot, beautiful entry pass. That's what we're talking about with Castor in his offseason. That's the type of play he was working on.
And that 3 off the back of the iron for Micaiah. So here's Gatwich.
Boy, right out of the gate, just frantic scoring from both teams.
Castor lays it off. 3 on the way from Fowler. Schaefer gets the rebound, but he's called for the foul.
Yeah, a little too aggressive with his box out there, getting the defender on his hip and kind of helping him to the sideway.
(5-3). We already have the "We Can't Hear You" chants. Not only a packed house, obviously student sections for both schools well attended.
And they're both sides are pretty amped up and, like you mentioned, very loud. What an atmosphere here in the capital city.
Guy Sanders working it inside. Schaefer, so that's a second quick foul on Schaefer, which isn't good for him.
And he's looking to the coaching staff saying, I got you, leave me in this game. But that's a spot where he cannot come down with that bar arm. It's so aggressive. That's an easy whistle for the official.
Free throws being shot here.
And Schaefer is going to take a rest here. They don't want him picking up that 3rd foul so early in this contest.
Castor with the spin move, pulls up in the paint, a little bit long, rebounded by Sanders. And again, Southwest loves to get out in transition.
Sanders to Sanders. Uzziah laying it in on the right side. And you said it, it happens fast.
Basket for Kobe Kerr, so he had the free throw and now the 2. 6-5, Gatwich. The corner to Fowler, back to Gatwich.
Yep. That was all kick-started by the penetration from Gatwich. Beautiful little give and go back and forth.
And the 3. This time it's Uzziah Sanders.
And Uzziah looked right back at the student section there from North Star.
I mentioned he's shooting 59% from the field. He's also shooting 51% from 3. Absolutely unreal.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of unbelievable, Gatwich made that look really easy. We are trading baskets. We're showing off our skills. It's 9-9. Just over 3 minutes in. Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. Didn't take any time heating up here at Lincoln High. Don't go anywhere. 1 versus 2. Only on NCN.
Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
It's been an action-packed first quarter, even though we're just barely 3 minutes in. This first quarter is brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. John Henry's our first quarter sponsor. 9-9 here at Lincoln High. Uzziah looking for Kerr inside, and just miscommunication with his brother on that one.
Excellent switch there into a zone defense from head coach Castor coming out of that timeout, causing a little confusion there for Southwest with the overpass.
Castor bringing it up. Sanders on him. Now Gatwich with it. Another cut by Gatwich, and he is denied. Micaiah Sanders coming over with the swat.
How did he get up there?
And there is Kobe Kerr. 3 doesn't fall. And they'll say off Southwest.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. It was bang, bang, but I think Sanders was the last one to touch it there. But how about the athleticism going up and swatting away the 6'5 senior? My goodness.
That is 5'10 versus 6'5. So, just speaking about the athleticism of those Sanders twins, that was on full display there.
That's why they both average, or part of the reason why they average over 20 points per game.
Now you have Metzger out on Castor. He's unable to hit. Rebound by Uzziah. Corner threes. Well long. Creighton Meyer grabs the loose ball. And Gatwich is getting up and blocking it, but not before a foul.
And that was a smart play there from Gatwich. It was after the whistle, but why even give that ball an opportunity to fall through the cylinder? Go ahead and swat it away. Good play there.
So Micaiah at the line. And Micaiah and Uzziah are twins. Very similar stat lines. If you had to differentiate them, as we get another look at the block there, you know, Coach Boss says Micaiah's more of the alpha in terms of he sets the mentality and the tone, a little bit more of that vocal leader than perhaps Uzziah is. But bottom line, they both are extremely skilled, extremely athletic, and they force a turnover on the other end.
Yeah, both very active defensively, as we just saw there a moment ago with a huge block. Then I also like their awareness. Everyone was expecting the ball to continue around the horn there on that last time that Micaiah was able to get to the rim. He faked the pass, then drove right to the rack and got that foul.
So reach called on Jishan Afu, who comes off the bench intentionally, but Afu, he averages 12 points a game, and talking to Coach Castor, it was a matter of the rotation and personnel and how things best worked out that it's more impactful for him to be that sixth man.
And that's big on Jishan, just recognizing where the team can use him best and where he plays his best as far as filling his role.
And that three nearly falls for Metzger. Foul on the floor.
Well, that's a dangerous spot, being one-on-one with a guy like Schweitzer. He was setting that up for that spin move. Wilson with the foul. There's a few. Yeah, that's what he is. The biggest thing I see him impact is that instant offense coming off the bench. Corner three.
Puts his team up by one here, 2.5 to go.
playing that 2-3 zone. But look how active. Look at the communication.
There's an answer right back by Dakari Wilson.
You know, that's tough to defend because he was right between the two top defenders, and he was so deep. That was such a deep three.
Well, we'll try to match it. That one doesn't go for Schweitzer. Strong take by Uzziah.
Oh, good recovery defense. Metzger getting back in time. The heady senior, 6'1" senior. But look at this take. The body control, the vision, seeing that little crease in the defense.
Castor now gets it to Fowler. Gatwich will pull the trigger from the corner. Ripped down by Wilson. The trap in the corner. Gets it out to Uzziah.
That's exactly where that zone defense was trying to work the ball to so they could set that trap.
Excellent hands by Afu. Up to Castor. Look out. And Castor denied at the rack by Sanders.
You won't see that too often. North Star had numbers and could not convert.
And then Uzziah makes the block, comes down and lays it up on the other end.
This is where the Gators got to be careful. They cannot allow Southwest to get out and run and extend this lead.
Step back from Afu, quick trigger. That was long.
Well defended corner three ball in that time.
6-point advantage for the Silverhawks. 12 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. And here comes Castor for the easy lay-in.
I was going to say, so many things have gone right for the Silverhawks, but they're still only up by 2 possessions. Steal and lay-in kind of calms the storm there for North Star.
Southwest going to hold for one. Uzziah to the corner. And that three off the mark. 8 minutes in the books. 4-point game. Southwest 18, North Star 14. We've had several highlights already. Blocks, 3-pointers. Great defense, electric offense. That's what you'd expect with it's a 1 versus 2 matchup here on NCN. We'll be back.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
Welcome back to Lincoln High. Trying to catch our breath a little bit, Andy. That was a lot.
It really was.
A lot going on.
I mean, right out of the gate, too, right? A couple of 3 balls, a couple of really nice drives to the rim, capitalizing. We saw the splash defensive plays on that rollout heading into the commercial break. So far, so good as far as receiving the type of game we were expecting to see as we see the coaching staff there and head man Brian Castor talk things over, talking strategy as they come out of the quarter break. Put so much faith into his players. Their offense is basically just based off of how the guards want to dictate it.
Our coverage of the HAC Championships are presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Also, Teammates Mentoring. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today.
I also appreciate this from the Navigators. They're not afraid to slip into a zone defense from here and there, so that allows them to be a little bit more multiple on the defensive end. Alex Baugh is more He says he likes to be in man-to-man 99% of the time, but I think he's lying to us, Brandon. I think he wants to be in man-to-man 100% of the time.
Well, the zone for North Star yields a turnover. Schweitzer transition three, no. Rebound by Sanders. That's Micaiah.
Jeez.
That is from way downtown. Hudson Mesger says, don't worry about it, Andy. This is in my range.
Metzger, Wilson, both hitting from way downtown. That's put so much pressure on your defense having to extend that far away from the hoop.
And that's going to be a foul on Kobe Kerr. We'd like to remind you this broadcast made possible in part thanks to Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
That's Micaiah Jackson entering into the game there for North Star, trying to get into the middle of the lane. Earning more and more varsity minutes is Jackson.
There's Castor, who travels.
Yep. If it wasn't a foul, it was a travel. That's a good whistle.
Head coach Alex Baugh in his 10th season with this program.
There's that deep three. My goodness. They got some range to Southwest.
The corner to Uzziah. Lays it off to Kerr.
I mean, just surgical with the drive, the awareness, the way he didn't get rattled as he went baseline, kept his head up the whole way, finding Kobe Kerr for the easy layup.
And we have a technical right after the basket. It must have been something Kerr did. Let's get another look.
All right, let's see it. Yeah.
A little bit of a chest bump with Schweitzer.
And that's the official sending a message really to both teams, like, clean it up now, fellas. This isn't going to get out of hand. This isn't going to turn into a rock fight or anything like that. Even though you can feel that rivalry here, right? Two Lincoln schools squaring off here, ranked 1-2 in the nation, or not the nation, in the state, Class A.
Schweitzer knocks down one.
Boy, they needed those free throws.
23-15 here, 90 seconds into the second. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen with you for this HAC Tournament Championship between the two top teams in Class A in the state of Nebraska.
Everything offensively has been just a little bit more difficult for North Star compared to Southwest.
Castor being guarded by Meyer. And take to the glass from Micaiah Jackson is fouled.
A little late with the whistle there. Alex Baugh, head coach of Southwest, had some questions. But I mean, that was an obvious body foul there. Body check from Meyer, Creighton Meyer. There he is. Not a lot.
Coach Castor and the coaching staff excited about Micaiah, or Woo Jackson. Woo's his nickname. Competes like crazy, rebounds and defends, and has just a ton of energy. And Coach Castor has already sort of, I don't want to say crowned, but has planned for him to sort of succeed his son, Jordan. When Jordan's done in a couple of years, said Woo will be the one who sort of takes over the reins. So getting him PT as a freshman and being impactful now will be part of that process. And there's a great take by Uzziah.
And there's a learning moment for Woo Jackson. You got to be quick on your feet. If you're going to try to close out and guard the perimeter, the wing, you got to be ready for some of these guards with that quick first step. Fantastic job, Uzziah Sanders, getting to the rim again.
A 9-point lead for the Silverhawks. Castor the spin, finds Schweitzer. There's a board for Mackay. Mackay, I should say, 25-16. Mesger.
Schaefer has checked back into the game here for North Star. That's going to change the complexion a little bit for the Gators. They'll be able to get back into their natural offense, a little bit stronger defense, the back court or the front court. I don't want to credit William Schaefer with that turnover, but I'd say his impact's already being felt.
Big senior leader, Coach Castor doesn't have enough good things to say about him, and curious to see if the Silverhawks go at him, try to get him that third foul as Castor draws one.
Multiple ball fakes there. Castor did a heck of a job not shuffling his feet and getting another travel call. 3. I think he had a total of 4 ball fakes there before he finally let it go.
Now this second quarter, it's brought to you by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Check them out near 17th and O in Lincoln, Nebraska. At O Street Carpet, they'll take care of your flooring needs.
All right, so the Gators slowly cutting into this lead. They're going to need a couple more defensive stops here. Boy, and just the way that Southwest has been able to mix up their offensive attack. We've seen the deep three. We've seen numerous drives to the rim. Just such a well-rounded, well-oiled offensive machine.
Micaiah unable to hit. Rebound by Schaefer. Now Castor in the corner. Good find. Schaefer mid-range baseline.
Yep.
It's the roll.
And Schaefer just got that last rebound. You see him come down with authority. There was no funny business. No one trying to get the ball away from him. He's so strong with the ball, and nice little touch there with that mid-range jumper. That's a tough shot right there.
Another look brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on NCN.
Save $10,000 off MSRP on a loaded new Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4 with custom black rims during the Start Something New sales event at Midway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kearney or visit MidwayCDJR.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Packed house at Lincoln High for the HAC Tournament Championship between number 1 Southwest and number 2 Lincoln North Star. Gators got this back to a 5-point game. Was as big as a 9-point lead not long ago for the Silverhawks.
Yeah, credit the Gators kind of closing the gap here, pushing it to a 2-possession game.
3 off the mark from Wilson. Castor in transition to Schweitzer, who is blocked. Sanders getting up there. North Star still with it, and he draws the foul on Wilson.
Good on Castor not giving up on the play.
Jeez.
But, I mean,
what do you do?
Yeah, what can't Southwest do? Just jumping out of the gym. And I don't know. You can bet your bottom dollar North Star's looking for the goaltend. Both teams kind of struggling from the foul line.
Castor not able to hit either. Past the halfway point, North Star in the bonus, 5 fouls to 1 for the rest of the quarter. Looks like it's a 1-3-1 now for the Gators, or a 2-3.
And as aggressive as Southwest is with that man-to-man defense. Oh, that was close. No surprise that they got 5 fouls here. It's just kind of their brand. It's who they are defensively.
Loose ball gets in the hands of Fowler. And a Fu Pulls up. Short. Rebound Mesger. All the way up to Kerr. He finds Uzziah in the corner. Doesn't go. And Schaefer's tied up. Is that
on Schaefer, or is that going to be on Meyer?
They're saying number 3.
Okay, so yeah, it's on Creighton Meyer on the rebound here. He had Schaefer kind of hooked. There's a couple big old post players battling for that board. Love to see it.
Well, stay tuned for our halftime show. It's brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln.
Okay, so that could not have been on Creighton Meyer, as we have Southwest with the ball. That must have been on Schweitzer.
Yep, Schweitzer's who they ended up giving it to. Good news, though, that it wasn't Schaefer from a North Star perspective. Quick ball movement here. Wilson finding Micaiah. Back to Uzziah, rather.
Yep, blocking foul.
That's on Jaquise Fowler.
And you nailed it, Brandon. The ball movement, what drew that foul out. So good here. Boom. Back across. Just real quick.
.227 to play. Still a 5-point game on your Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Excellent pass inside. Uzziah with the 2.
And he's able to just kind of use his athleticism, that hang time, allow for the defender to blow by. Just kind of hangs out in the air there and lays it in.
And he's leading the way with all scorers. 11 points for Uzziah Sanders. Schweitzer, the fadeaway from the line is short.
Yeah, these are difficult shots, but this is part of what North Star is. They play a lot of iso ball, isolation, clear out, let one guy work.
Another long attempt by Mesger. Castor setting something up here for the Gators. Kobe Kerr out on him.
A lot of help defense here. Great awareness here for Southwest.
And still nowhere to go for Castor, and he travels. He travels. He thought he had an and one. And now he's getting the explanation from the official.
He's got to be careful here not to pick up a technical.
That look brought to you by Meade Lumber. And coming down on the other end, it's another 3 for Uzziah Sanders.
Backbreaker, 5-point swing. Go back up by 10.
Afu. Rebounded. Uzziah finds Micaiah. And Micaiah is fouled.
Yeah, North Star fans didn't like the delayed whistle there. I'll tell you what, on the other end, though, the Navigators, I know it's part of their identity and how they like to operate their offense, but I think I'd like to see a set play, 4 or 5 passes, rather than just find a guy and let him work. And the pull-up jump shot, okay, it's not working. You've missed about 4 or 5 in a row here.
Be sure to stay tuned for our halftime highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln locations. That 10-second difference between the shot and game clock.
Oh.
Castor nearly got that one.
Thought he had it.
Micaiah in trouble. Gets it out to Wilson. Wilson, why not? A little bit long. Castor rips it down.
You think Coach Ball just has like a rule, like, hey, just get it by half court, and then you guys, everyone has the green light.
It would apparently seem that that's the instructions they've been given, as Castor is heavy off the glass. Southwest will take a 10-point advantage into halftime. Big reason why Uzziah Sanders, he's leading the way with double-digit points. The Silverhawks up by 10 here in the HAC tournament final. Don't go anywhere. Halftime show's coming up next. It's been a good one thus far between 1 versus 2.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together, we go further.
Welcome back. Brendan Axe with Andy Klassen currently at halftime, 30-20. What a game we have seen thus far. Andy, before we get to the halftime highlights, overall takeaways, and thoughts from the first two quarters.
If I'm a Navigator fan, I'm thinking I want a little bit more ball movement. They're really leaning on their isolation game. That's one of their strong suits. I get it. They got phenomenal athletes. But I think just making that extra pass might open things up for them a little bit more offensively. If I'm Southwest, keep doing what you're doing. You hear about the Sanders twins, how they're elite scorers, but the way they finish at the rim, it's really something special. And then we've also seen them knock down a couple big threes. It's putting so much pressure on North Star. Not only their defense trying to stay in that zone, but I feel like it's causing them to press a little bit offensively.
Well, without further ado, let's jump into those halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where they have stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones. Check them out either in downtown Lincoln or at South Point, or if you're in central Nebraska, go to Grand Island as well. Didn't take long for the Sanders twins to get going. Here's Micaiah with a three right off the jump. And we would see a lot more of him defensively, and Uzziah Sanders did a lot on the offensive end as well. Castor, for the most part, he's been held in check. He knocked down the three. He had one other two in the first quarter, but you would have to think that North Star hopes he can get going in the second half.
Yeah, they really need Castor to heat up offensively.
There's a triple knocked down by Uzziah, who has a game-high 14 thus far. One of two triples he hit in the first half. He had Jay-Sean Afu come off the bench, and being the sharpshooter he is, he knocked down a three.
That was a big three, a timely three. They needed some offense at that point.
We talked about pretty much a green light if you're across the half-court line. There was a deep one from Dakari Wilson. We saw a few others throughout the half. Specifically this guy, Mesker. I think you said, oh my, when he threw it up, and Hudson Mesker says, don't worry about it. I can hit that as well. That was his lone basket of the half. More Sanders, who again has 14 points. That was a three-point play.
So strong with the ball in his hands. You can see why he's averaging 23 a game.
There's another three, right on cue. 14 points for Uzziah Sanders, leading the way. We believe we heard over the PA that he has cracked 1,000 career points, is what we believe we heard. So wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Going down the scoring totals officially for the half, Sanders with those 14 we mentioned, Micaiah with 3, Mesger with 3, Kobe Kerr with 5, Wilson with 3. For the Silverhawks, flip side for North Star, you have Gatwich with 4, Schweitzer with 1, Schaefer with 4, who was in foul trouble for that first quarter, Castor leading the way with 7, Afu with 3, and Mackay Jackson with 1.
Yeah, and that could have been the biggest difference there is William Schaefer getting in that early foul trouble that kind of took the Gators out of what they wanted to do. Not only offensively, but defensively, just that rim protector in that 1-3-1 zone that they love to run. Schaefer had to check out early. That really changed the complexion and kind of allowed Southwest to dictate what they wanted to do offensively, and they didn't have to deal with the size and the strength of William Schaefer.
Well, 4.5 minutes left during our halftime show. We'll take a quick break, come back, talk more hoops, and get ready for the second half between number 1 and number 2 here on NCN.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
Save $10,000 off MSRP on a loaded new Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4 with custom black rims during the Start Something New sales event at Midway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kearney or visit MidwayCDJR.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've vetted a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
Welcome back to our RMV Construction halftime show at RMV Construction. They are someone who will build a project if you need a project that needs to be built. Tonight we are featuring the Nebraska Department of Transportation's brand new regional maintenance facility built by RMV Construction. The Nebraska Department of Transportation has trusted RMV to build projects across the state, including Kearney, Burwell, and McCook. From large facilities, offices, and building maintenance for the Nebraska Department of Transportation to projects that fit your needs, RMV Construction combines experience, reliability, and local pride to get the job done right. RMV Construction with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, and proven. If you're new to News Channel Nebraska or not sure what we're doing on a weekly basis, we got you covered. Coming up next week, we have some big ones. On the heels of this big one, of course, Bellevue West comes to town to take on Lincoln North Star in a girls and boys doubleheader. That's a top 5 matchup on the boys' side. Also, as we know, Lincoln North Star is number 1. They just won the HAC tournament title. Tune in at 5:20 for the doubleheader Thursday. Millard West versus Lincoln Southwest the very next night. That is a top 5 matchup on the girls' side in that contest. And we have the Silverhawks we're seeing now featured in that game as well. Saturday, a week from today, East Husker Finals live from Stanton. Always an extremely competitive conference up in northeast Nebraska. We're looking forward to those 2 games. Live coverage starting at 5:50. Then we're out in central Nebraska for Blue Hill Pleasanton on Tuesday the 10th. And Andy, we're going from Blue Hill Pleasanton to Omaha Supernovas Pro Volleyball 2 days later.
That's a little bit of everything, right? And throughout the week, you know, and people are saying, well, there's a lot of North Star and Southwest left. Well, you know, they made the championship. We didn't know who we were going to have, you know, just a day ago, 2 days ago. But credit the Navigators and the Silverhawks for being here and providing us with one heck of a game thus far.
Well, getting ready for the first half to start. Look at those socials on your screen right there. Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, specifically X right now. If you want to shout out live on the air, we might do it if you follow us at NCN Sports. We probably will. Just like Jay Shelton. Who else has followed us? Caitlin Slobny and also Allie Kohler. all following us at NCN Sports. The reason you do it, Andy, besides getting the shout-out, is because our rankings go there, our broadcast schedule, our highlights, our interviews, anything and everything you could possibly want if you are a high school prep sports fan in Nebraska on that X account.
Hey, if it's happening in the state of Nebraska, NCN is on it. That's quite the handle to go ahead and follow NCN Sports now on X, on you mentioned Facebook, YouTube as well.
YouTube, these games will be there, posted on Monday. You can watch any and all games and rewatch. And we already know the Instant Classic on the girls' side. We're imagining we might have that for the boys as well. With that, it's time to get back to basketball. Glad that you are with us. Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Finals, 1 versus 2 in Class A. Here we go. North Star trying to cut into this 10-point lead that the Silverhawks currently hold. That's Fowler, the jumper off the bat.
Nice job, just kind of moving to where the defense was not.
Coming right back at you, Micaiah.
Sanders once again not allowing the defense to even get set.
Teams trading baskets here early in the third. Schaefer, who was in foul trouble, finds Schweitzer in the corner. Kerr with the rebound.
One 1-3-1 zone here for the Navigators.
And baseline laid off to Micaiah.
Yep. I mean, that is just 101 how you attack a 1-3-1 zone right there offensively. Beautiful job getting baseline, then looking up for that cutter as the defense has to rotate over and take away baseline.
Well, Fowler. So it's been Sanders with 2 field goals, Fowler with 2 field goals here in the second half.
Fowler just really calm right now with the ball in his hands, providing some much-needed offense for Lincoln North Star.
Mesger, the head fake. Kobe Kerr there to follow it up. Gatwich with the rebound, and Gatwich has it ripped away by Uzziah, who gets 2 more.
Said it during the highlight package there. The Sanders are just so strong with the ball in their hands.
Here comes Castor, fouled. The basket won't count.
Yeah, good ball screen there, utilized by one of the best in the state. There's the man. Castor coming around the top of the key.
Inbound to Schweitzer. Board for Wilson. Schweitzer with the interception. 2-on-2. Castor finds Gatwich.
Nice job running the court. Speaking of running the court.
Took about 1.5 seconds to respond as Micaiah's all the way up the court before I can write the 2. And is that on Schaefer?
Yeah, and he does not like that call. He's pleading his case.
To your point, look how quick that transition is. And just like that.
2 passes.
That's 3 on Schaefer.
Boy, we didn't get a real good look at it there, but there wasn't a lot of contact. And Afun going to check back into the game, it appears.
For Schweitzer, though. So Schaefer's staying in.
Okay. Well, this is at a point down 11. You can't let this get too much, be too much more.
And Castor, that'll count. 3-point play opportunity coming up for the junior.
And that's what you want to see if you're a fan of North Star. Your premier elite scorer, Mr. Castor, getting involved. A couple lay-ins to start off this third quarter.
And that was 2 quick fouls for Kerr, who actually now has 4.
Mm-hmm. And much as like we've been talking about Schaefer being that force, that rim protector, for the Gators. That's what Kerr provides for the Silverhawks. So, okay, now the Silverhawks, a little bit different complexion to the game here. Still holding on to a 9-point lead, though.
There's another basket. Micaiah has come out of halftime, possessed 7 points here in the third already.
Always helps when you have Micaiah or Uzziah and just kind of hand the ball off to, hey, go get us a bucket.
Schaefer has it stolen away by Uzziah. He gets it up to Wilson. Oh my goodness! Throws it down on Gatwich, and the student section has fallen over in the stands for the Silverhawks. You'd think an earthquake just struck.
And Mackay Sanders got the foul there, but he's still celebrating. He doesn't care about the foul.
Here we go. Meade Lumber Beatrice Community Hospital providing that one.
Oh, and what a perfect pass. Just on the money, over the shoulder. Wilson able to just catch it like a wide receiver in football and elevate to the rim. And did you see who he had to dunk it over?
That'd be Gatwich. 6'5", long, lengthy. He can jump. My goodness. The caster does hit both.
Oh, that student section still a buzz over there for Southwest.
And things are heating up here at Lincoln High. You'd expect no less when the two top teams in the state collide. 11-point lead for the Silverhawks here on NCN.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Finals. 1 versus 2. Packed house at Lincoln High.
Oh, and the student sections for both sides have really livened up here. We mentioned the environment, the atmosphere. It is on point.
11-point advantage currently for the Silverhawks. This would make it 14. Uzziah Sanders from deep.
Just the quick passing, finding a shooter in the soft spot of that zone.
Caster finds Schaefer. And Afu loses it. It'll stay here.
I think that was Metzger. Kind of got his hand in there, poked that one away. So Afu really with those long strides able to kind of cut through multiple defenders.
And Micaiah gets him with the body. That's a familiar face who was wearing a green and white jersey not long ago.
Mr. Frager.
Husker fans hoping to see him playing tomorrow.
If you're good enough to go to see some conference championship basketball, you're good enough to play.
That would be my guess.
One of the top-ranked teams in Illinois, the Big Ten.
Micaiah, or Uzziah to Micaiah. How to play North Star ball.
There's that guy, Mr. Fowler. He's had a pretty nice, just a calming force, solid third quarter here with the block, no body, all ball. Had a couple of quick buckets. Rebound, now a block. Starting to fill out that stat sheet.
Castor backing down Uzziah.
That was excellent help defense. Creighton Meyer coming over. I mean, Jordan Castor here again with multiple ball fakes. I mean, as a defender, at some point you do have to kind of take the cheese, take the bait.
Impressive he doesn't get the whiplash from the head fakes. As Schaefer backdoor, easy two.
And Fowler with a really nice feed. A couple of bigs helping each other out there for the Gators.
Over to Uzziah. Dakari Wilson makes that look easy.
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. Quick little catch and shoot there at the elbow. 15-foot jumper. Looked like he was a little off balance. That's all right, doesn't matter.
Strong take by Afu. Unable to tip it in. Rebound, Wilson.
And Wilson's quietly having a strong game.
Micaiah open, he's short.
Rebound on the ball, that's his 5th board.
Now, what a take.
Yeah.
There's Afu showing his athleticism.
That's what I was saying. He's just so gosh darn athletic. You can't contain him.
Uzziah splits the D. Mesger may have had a piece of it blocked. Southwest keeps possession. Wilson. Triple. And that's his 7th point of the quarter.
My goodness. And that was really, really good defense. Brandon just beat by great offense and an offensive rebound.
Hook shot from Fowler doesn't go.
Wilson's
third quarter.
Come to life. Another board.
1 minute to go. The third quarter brought to you by Husker Rehab. As Sanders is fouled and has a chance for the three-point play. At Husker Rehab, they are your healing destination. My, oh my.
Just a half step. That defense was just a half step late getting there. And that quick first step from Sanders, he knew he could get baseline. When he had his mind made up, good luck trying to stop him on his way to the rim. You know, we mentioned it at the halftime break. You hear about these two guys, Uzziah, Micaiah Sanders, but until you see it and the way that they can finish at the rim, I don't know if I've seen two better finishers at the rim than these guys.
Yeah, the three from Castor there that doesn't fall. And again, to your point about the Sanders twins, the unbelievable athleticism. They're 5'10", you know, $150, maybe $155, and they're just flying all over the court, blocking 6'5", getting out and running as we have a tie-up here.
You know, there was also a play, you know, a couple moments ago where Micaiah ripped a rebound away from a post player of North Star, you know, kind of showing that strength. And they're not, you look at them, you're not thinking a couple of strong bodies here,
right.
But oh boy, they are.
About 5-second difference with the shot and game clock here. Southwest has extended its lead here in the third. Unbelievable. Dakari Wilson have a quarter. 10 points, 2 threes, a massive dunk, and the Silverhawks double their lead. It's a 20-point advantage for the top-ranked team in Class A. They are on fire here in the HAC Finals. 8 more minutes to play when we return here on NCN.
Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms. Schaefer's, we're more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Looking for a touchdown on the road? Pull into Speedy Mart off I-80 between Grand Island and Lincoln. Open 24 hours. With several food choices, plenty of tables to sit and dine, hot breakfast options, Chester's Chicken, and Godfather's Pizza, you'll always score big. With free semi-parking, multi-stall restrooms, and showers to refresh. For fuel, food, and friendly service, Speedy Mart is always a win.
You have a very excited student section. If you can't tell, those are the Southwest students in the jerseys. But what a quarter you had. I mean, Micaiah Sanders, who went off, he put up 10. But then Dakari Wilson also with 10. He maybe missed one shot. He was 4 for 5, including that monster slam.
And right after that fast break slam dunk on the right side, he was able to cut into the lane and just a quick turnaround jumper. I mean, that was a really difficult shot that he was able to knock down. Look out.
And there's another slam for the Silverhawks. This time it's Uzziah Sanders.
This is just unreal. 22-point lead now for the Silverhawks. Oh, no. Here we go.
And Micaiah. Why not?
This is what I was talking about when they got up by 8, 9, out by 11 points. You got to be careful because once a team that can run, get up and down the court like South and West, this is what can happen in just a heartbeat.
Well, we're rolling to break, and no better way to do it than with a dunk. 58-34 on NCA.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Welcome back to Lincoln High. The Silverhawks. A quick 4 points here to start the fourth. Timeout taken by North Star, who at this point is just shell-shocked.
Yeah, and that's how dangerous these teams that play with such tempo and have a plethora of guys that can finish at the rim. Great handles, great shooters. You think back to that first quarter. They put so much pressure on the Gators by knocking down those early threes. So, okay, you got to extend out. You got to run them off that three-point line. Well, what have they been doing lately? Finishing at the rim emphatically.
Wilson with the block from behind. Oh, my, we nearly had a brother-to-brother oop. Micaiah still has it, and he draws the foul. I don't know if the student section would have been able to handle a Sanders to Sanders transition alley-oop.
Kind of reminded me of the Norris Titan Army we had. That was a lively student section as well a night ago. But the here and now, the Southwest student section, they have a lot to cheer about, a lot to be so loud and boisterous over. And why not? This is a championship game, and they're running away with it.
Micaiah hits them both. 17 points for him, 14 of them coming since halftime. Fu inbound, the ball is kept in bounds. It goes to Fowler.
Fowler's so
good.
Fouled. See how he anticipated? He didn't just follow the ball out of bounds. He went to where he thought Kerr was going to try and save it to one of his teammates. That's just fantastic awareness.
This broadcast is made possible in part thanks to Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com. 2 points there for Fowler.
Continuing his drive, keeping that pivot foot live. Been impressed with number 4 here for the Navigators.
A 24-point advantage for Lincoln Southwest. Micaiah's shot short, potentially blocked. Castor quickly up to Schweitzer. And here comes Uzziah. Still going. And he gets the easy two. I say easy, anything but.
That's case in point of what I'm talking about, how they can finish at the rim, dribbling through multiple defenders, great handles, but then taking on that contact, still having the hang time, the wherewithal to make an announcer say, the easy lay-in.
And they're running the court again. 23 points on. This is getting hard for me to know what to say anymore.
What can you say?
That was ridiculous. Up and under in transition. 25 points for Uzziah now. And let's see if they try to continue to run the court.
I just don't think the Silverhawks know how to take their foot off the gas. Okay, here we go. Alex Ball at the bottom of your screen now with his hand up. I don't think he's saying have mercy, though.
Far from it. And Schweitzer just unable to handle it. It's interesting because I always ask coaches, okay, coach, tell me about the strengths of this team. Tell me about the weaknesses of this team. And he said, we're really high-powered on offense, but I don't want us to be one-dimensional. And if we could improve, it could be, bringing our defense along, if not at the caliber of our offense, at least close to.
Right.
But, I mean, defensively, they've been doing pretty dang well tonight as well.
They really have been. And what he's getting at there, Coach Ball is talking about is, we can win a lot of games, and we're going to win a lot of games due to our offense and our high-flying, up and down, fast, furious pace offense. But we're winning by outscoring teams, just back and forth. What they want to be is a team where they can get those critical stops, limit the offense of the opposition, and then really allow the offense to just play free and really outpace teams. And they can get out of hand in a hurry, as we're seeing here this afternoon, when you put great defense together with an offense as high-powered, as high-flying as the Southwest Silverhawks.
We mentioned their one loss. It was to Omaha Westside. It was, a game that they don't match up great against because of all of the height that Westside has, but that wasn't even the biggest concern for Alex Baugh. He said, it was a tough matchup. We didn't play our best. But it was on the heels of playing North Star. 4 nights later, Lincoln High. 2 nights later, Southeast. And then Westside the next night. So it was a gauntlet of games, and they lost by 5 to Westside in that game after playing those 3 tough ones in about a week span.
Yeah, the Warriors got them at the right time, but credit Westside for taking care of business and handing the number 1 team in the state their only loss. And yeah, you should see some of the trees they got over there for Omaha Westside. I heard something like they're averaging 6'7", 6'8" for their starting 5.
Certainly a stark contrast to the Silverhawks, roughly 5'10", 5'11" average. And again, what Dakari Wilson's doing is perhaps getting lost in what the Sanders are doing, but what a half, what a game for Wilson, who has a chance for the 3-point play.
He reminds me of the old video game, NBA Jam, where once you make those 3 shots in a row, anything you throw up is going to go through. I mean, get out of here. He just threw that up from his hip. Okay, he is human. He missed a free throw.
The fire's gone for now.
Oh, man, flexing, though, up by 30. Who would have saw this coming?
Certainly wasn't on my list of predictions. As Castor hands it off to a Fu, who gets the 2.
Nice job going to the right side. Ball fake of the defender in the air.
Be sure to stay tuned for our post-game show, brought to you by Custom Sports. As Fu gets another basket in transition at Custom Sports. They will take care of you with your screen-printed T-shirts or sublimated jerseys, and they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com. Here's Schweitzer, the 2-handed flush.
And just back-to-back turnovers there. Alex Ball's going to want to talk things over with Southwest. You do not want to allow a team like the Gators to get hot here at the end and make it into a game.
24-point affair. North Star not going down without a fight. We'll be back here on NCN.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
Welcome back. 3:46 to go. A couple of quick baskets for North Star. Timeout taken. They'll need a few more of those to get back into it, but you like to see that they're not waving the white flag. 66-42 your score here in the HAC tournament final.
That's not in their DNA. Too proud of a program, the players that make up this program, the coaching staff.
And Kobe Kerr back in. He's had 4 fouls and been on the bench the majority of this second half. Wilson to Uzziah, back to Micaiah. Behind the back, up to Kerr. Routine 2 points, right?
Just a little behind the back in traffic, through traffic, alley-oop to Kerr. Okay.
There's a Fu, rattles it home.
Kind of known for that high arcing 3 ball. I don't think you're going to see a higher arc than that one.
Coach Castor made the joke. He's like, you'll see his shot, and you'll think it's the ugliest shot you've ever seen. The form. But more times than not, it ends up falling and finding a way in.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Mekhi Sanders, once again, up and under, finishing at the rim. And yeah, it's not like they're 6'4", broad shoulders.
No, it's starting 5 is 5'10", 5'10", 6'1", 6'4", 5'10". Currently leading by 35.
And the story tonight, anyhow, has been the 5'10 players. It's been Sanders, and Dakari Wilson.
All in double figures. Scoring-wise, that handed off to Kerr for the 2.
Yep. Boy, and as a post player, you just love to see that. One of your guards getting to the rim. All you got to do is make yourself available and be ready for the ball.
Be sure to stay tuned for our post-game interview with our player of the game, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. And Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they are your healing destination. Silverhawks, as we just mentioned, going to make it tough for us to pick who to talk to as Castor hits the first. And round of applause for the Sanders twins and Kerr. Their job's done.
Wilson just checked out a moment ago, too. Gathered a round of applause. Well-deserved. Looks like that's going to be the night here for Jordan Castor. Made a few plays, and you'd expect that. Just couldn't really get into an offensive rhythm. And not just him, just kind of North Star as a whole.
Finishes with 13 points. That 3 attempted by Landon Bylane. North Star basketball.
A lot of reserves now checked into the game. Getting some experience here for the conference championship.
There's a long ball knocked down. Lead by Easton Westland. And out the basket for Dom Granville II.
Okay, a little hang time using the window. Going for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Worked up and then stolen away.
Yeah, you always see a few.
Granville the second, unable to get it.
You see a few extra turnovers when the reserves check into the game, it seems like a little back and forth there.
So 1:11 to go. Southwest is going to lift the first HAC tournament plaque in the Coach Ba era. First time they've made it in at least 10 years since he's coached.
Yeah.
And they get here and they perform emphatically.
Talking about how they've been on a special run here and how he's been building things over the past decade. Looks like they're starting to reap some of those rewards.
There's a take by Keandre Hughes-Williams. That one will go out of play. Under a minute. Waning minutes, 3 off the mark, but again, an impressive game here by Southwest, who will improve to 16-1. Nobody thought this would be the scoreline when you have a 1 versus 2, but the Silverhawks flexing their muscles here today. And I believe that we just won as that 3 goes down for Eli Schaefer. Won't change the outcome of this one, far from it. Lincoln is Southwest. A dominant performance, 72-56. Your final in the Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. The Silverhawks showing why they are deserving of their #1 ranking. They did about everything right, and they will be lifting their first HAC tournament plaque in over a decade. Don't go anywhere. Our post-game show's coming up next. The Sanders twins, Yakari Wilson, Metzger Kerr, all of them contributed. And this summarizes the night for Southwest. Post-game show coming up next.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com and by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports for more highlights, interviews, rankings, and our full schedule.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com.
The 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC is built for those who demand more. And for a limited time, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Alex Ball of the Silverhawks, conference champions. How does that sound?
Oh, it feels amazing. These guys deserve it. We're really explosive offensively, but I thought tonight our defense in the first half won us the game. And so it's fun. I mean, when we can get out and run, these guys are fun to watch. They're even more fun to coach.
You were very candid with us throughout the week saying, I would like to see our defense step up and kind of match our offense. I would have to say you saw that tonight.
We absolutely did that. I was particularly proud of Hudson Mesger tonight. He rebounded well for us. He's not a guy that is one of our top rebounders, but I thought he got some tough rebounds in the first half. And then we executed defensive game plan incredibly well. I mean, they are so talented offensively. So to do what we did in the first half is something pretty special.
I mean, you guys obviously went into this game thinking you could win. You were expecting to win, but you won in such an emphatic fashion. Did you expect to win it going away like this?
No, not at all. I mean, you can't expect that. But, when we can defend and get out and run, that's kind of what we can do. So it starts on the defensive side with rebounding, and then we've got so many weapons offensively that if these guys can get stops, we can score.
Speaking of a couple of those weapons, Micaiah, Uzziah, Sanders, the twins, the brothers. What a performance from those guys.
Yeah, I mean, and they bring it every night. I mean, they are as talented as anybody in the state. And the fact that we get two of them, it's crazy. So it makes my job super easy. But I tell you, tonight it was them putting trust in some teammates too. Dakari Wilson came up huge. I thought Kobe Kerr played great. And I've already said Hudson Mesger. So, I mean, it was a full team effort tonight. But, man, the twins are dynamic.
They really are. I'm going to ask you one more about Dakari there.
Yeah.
We didn't know he had ups like that. I thought you guys were going to run out and maybe run some type of transition play.
He can absolutely jump out of the gym, and he's one of those guys that once it starts going in the hole, he can make it from anywhere on the court, so he was pretty special tonight.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get a couple players of the game here. They're taking a quick picture. What's that? Okay, we're going to send it to break and be right back with a couple players of the game after the commercials.
The post-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com.
Everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
And welcome back to Lincoln High School, where the Silverhawks of Southwest take care of business and take home the hardware. That is the conference championship, joined now by Micaiah, Uzziah, Sanders. We couldn't choose just one player. We had to have multiples. Now, first off, Uzziah, you crossed the barrier, 1,000 points for the career. You needed 14. You got that and then some. What were you seeing out there tonight?
Just making my shot. Just making my shots, and it was easy for me to make buckets.
And how about you? Because you put a few through the hoop as well.
Nah, just keep doing what I do. Put the ball in the rim.
When you guys have a performance like that, where you just kind of dominate both on the defense and offensive side, were you surprised you were able to win this one, kind of going away like this?
No, we weren't surprised. We we do all this in practice, and we get stops and we get buckets. Yeah.
Now, come on. You weren't a little surprised you were able to win it so handedly?
Nah, same thing what he said. I ain't gonna lie. Same thing.
Now, Coach was very honest with us, said, hey, we know we got a high-flying, high-scoring type of an offense. We need our defense to step up and match that intensity. You guys were able to do that tonight. How are you able to do that?
We all crash the boards, get boards, and defense turns into transition.
And in your perspective, how were you guys able to have such a just dominating defensive performance here, able to really dominate the game?
We practice it every day, so we should be in the same spots. We should be good, yeah.
Practice makes perfect. Not much to it. Brandon, let's send it back up to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
And Andy, congratulations to the Sanders twins and Lincoln Southwest. Calm, cool, collected. They're just playing basketball and they're making it look easy. And same thing as they approach their interviews. Congratulations to them with that combined 43 points between the two of them, right on their season average. Roughly, Uzziah's 23 and Micaiah's 20 points per game. Don't want it to get lost in translation. Dakari Wilson, he had a huge game as well in everything that he did, 15 points. Most impressively, the Silverhawks win by that score of 72-56. Those interviews brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, where they are your healing destination. Well, let's prepare to put a bow on this one by going to our top plays to recap everything that took place here in the Heartland Athletic Conference Tournament Finals. HAC Tournament Championship on a Saturday evening, number 1 versus number 2. Lincoln Southwest taking on Lincoln North Star. These two teams met earlier this year. Southwest came out on top 71-59. What would we have in store for this game? Well, started off with a 3. Knocked down by Micaiah Sanders early on. Then coming right back, though, you have Jordan Castor, not to be outdone. He answered right back. Teams trading threes early. Still in the first quarter, Jay-Sean Afu with the quick trigger, dialing it up from deep as well. It was a close game in the first. After one quarter of play, it was 18-14, as we still are in the first, and Dakari Wilson, we'll be seeing more of him. Dialing it up from another area code. He finished in double figures for scoring as well. So 18-14 after one. We head to the second. More long-range shooting. This time, Hudson Metzger getting in on the action. Talent across the board for both of these teams, as you'd expect when 1 versus 2 collide. How about that? Speaking of colliding, Uzziah Sanders, basket and the foul. He finished with a game-high 25 points. He was on fire pretty much all night. This time he knocks down the 3. Uzziah Sanders flexing as he should. We head to the second half. And this is when things got a little out of hand for Southwest. Now, Goy Gatwich, nice lay in there. He'd finish with 6 points, but this is specifically when things turned a different direction for Southwest. Transition basket slammed by Dakari Wilson over Gatwich. The roof about blew off this one. It knocked all the student sections to the floor. And Wilson continued after that slam. He hit another level, put up 10 points in the third quarter, finished with 15. He was knocking down every shot he threw up. You have Micaiah Sanders doing what he does as well. He had 18 in the contest. And as you can see, the Silverhawks start to separate themselves. 54-34 after the third quarter. They would add to it in the fourth. Your final in this one is 72-56. In a 1 versus 2 matchup, Southwest gets the victory in dominant fashion. The first HAC tournament championship for head coach Alex Baugh in his 10 years with the program. A lot of happy Lincoln Southwest students and fans, as you might imagine. What a game, what a performance. Southwest proving they are deserving of their number 1 ranking in Class A. Well, we're about to wrap this one up. It has been a fun day of basketball. Andy, any final thoughts from this one and what we saw out here on the boys' side as we look at our bracket